Did you know that the largest population here in the US, which is the baby boomers, are all going to be retiring en masse? That's right. Over the next decade, millions of people from this population group are all going to be hanging up their hats, calling it quits, and kicking up their feet to enjoy the next phase of their life. So what does that mean for all of us? How is that going to impact the economy and housing more specifically? In this video, we're going to chop it up and assess what those implications are. My name is Arjun Dhingra. I am a 23-year mortgage student of the game, a father of 2, and a resident up in Marin County. I've worked here in the San Francisco Bay Area market for 19 years, and creating content to help people make better informed decisions around taking out mortgage debt is my singular mission. So if you like the content that we put out, we please ask that you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you like this video so that it can help us reach more people like you. So let's get into it. So this is going to be a hot button topic now for the next several years. But before we really start to peel back some layers, let's first actually talk about what are baby boomers and how are they defined. So this generation was born between either 1946 and 1964, and they've been a huge force that has driven cultural and societal trends. Not to mention they've had a profound impact on the economy. So as boomers are approaching this retirement age, many of them are starting to reassess their lifestyle, where they ultimately want to end up and finish out their lives. Some may be opting to downsize, others may move in with family members to take care of them, and others are seeking out communities to actually live out these great years. So now let's talk about the economic impact of baby boomers retiring. The retirement of a boomer carries significant economic impact because if you have a large portion of the workforce just suddenly retiring or exiting, this creates potential labor shortages in certain industries in the US economy. Additionally, the demand on healthcare and long-term care services starts to increase as well because many people in this age group are going to require such services as they live out their lives. So those are the economic implications, but now let's talk about the impact on housing, because there's definitely going to be one. Many boomers are looking to downsize and enter into retirement style communities. So this sparks a huge and increasing demand for age-friendly housing options. Obviously, builders are brought into this equation because many of them focused on such types of communities. And that surge in demand is going to create an upward pressure on home prices, which then subsequently creates challenges for younger buyers that are looking to come in and buy homes for their families. Now, the one silver lining, although it's a very small one, for boomers that are going to retire, downsize out of their home, and potentially move in with a family member, such as a son or a daughter that is going to look out for them, are actually going to be creating inventory, because normally when somebody sells a home, they become a buyer of a home. So it's technically a wash. But in this particular instance, they would be putting a home on the market, which adds to the inventory while not going out there and absorbing another home, but rather living with a family member. Again, that is a very, very small segment of this group. And we don't expect that over the next 10 years, as more boomers enter into retirement, that's going to be a growing trend. Because let's face it, this isn't a society that tends to want to have their parents living with them, puts immense strain on marriages. It's very difficult to take care of elderly in your home without the right kind of care or setup, and it's just not practical, especially when you've got such great facilities and communities that are already geared towards taking care of this age group. So beyond the economic and housing impacts, the retirement of boomers is having a big effect on society at large. We're seeing huge shifts in consumer preferences, workforce demographics, and overall family dynamics. So it's really crucial for society to foster inclusive and age-friendly communities that accommodate all ages. So ultimately, what are we to do to start to proactively prepare for this? So whether you're a consumer, a policy maker, or a business person, being proactive is key. So if you are a boomer and you happen to be watching this, or if you are children of a boomer, it's important that you start assessing your financial readiness for retirement, exploring healthcare options, and considering all of the housing options that might be available to you as you age. So in conclusion, the retirement of boomers is going to have a huge impact on our real estate market as well as overall economy. This has been a remarkable generation that have occupied larger homes and stayed in them for most of their adult lives while raising their families. Unlike the current generation that will move several times over their lifetime, boomers stayed in and occupied so many large homes across this country. Now, this had an impact on would-be buyers that have been trying to break into the market because most of the available larger homes that are geared towards families have had boomers living in them with no sign or timeline of them selling anytime soon. So this downsizing impact is going to create some inventory that is ideal for families that are entering the market. Although some of these homes may require some updating, it's still going to be an important segment of inventory that is going to hit the market over the next 10 years. But if we understand all of these impacts and effects and how they're going to migrate through the overall economy, we can be better prepared as people who provide services within the US economy, as well as those that are actually children of boomers to help them navigate this tricky time in life. But given all the ingenuity and creativity that goes on in housing and development right now, I would not be surprised to watch over the course of the next 10 years some super creative, interesting, and accommodating communities that are going to be built up to serve this population segment, and how producers and manufacturers of goods and services are going to meet the demands of this population group. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this video to be useful. Again, if you liked it, please make sure to subscribe to my channel so that I can reach you with more content like this, and I'll see you guys on the next video.